Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss another video with me. Sorry if the lighting's super weird. I was trying to like facing it like towards the window, but then you see like my really messy apartment. So I'm like trying to like keep it out, even though that's like super messy back there. But yeah, what I had been doing for the past 3 weeks maybe was I started a bikini competitor prep, or whatever you want to call it. So I wanted to do a little bit of an explanation on why I'm not doing it anymore. So I made it 2.5 weeks into prep, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you were just too weak with like the food, or like you just couldn't keep up to like whatever. And I like being able to eat what I want. I like being able to do what I want. This is really bothering me. Just zoom me up. There we go. Yeah, like I like being able to have the freedom to go out, and like my one thing was, it's like I wanted to go for Wing Wednesday, but like if I went for Wing Wednesday, I couldn't go out on like a Saturday or Friday, or even just go with my parents for like a Sunday night dinner, because you only get one like cheat meal a week. And so I had a moment. I was driving home from work. Actually, at work, I was talking to my mom and the girl I was working with, and just kind of explaining like how stressful it was and how much I didn't like it. But it's not that I didn't like the way what I was eating, because I always eat food like that. Like that's just kind of the food I was eating anyways. But it's the fact that I had no freedom to be creative with what I ate and making videos or trying new recipes. I had no freedom to do what I wanted at the gym, what exercises and workouts and what order I wanted to do stuff in. Like I had to follow day 1, I had to do like shoulders and back. Day 2 was this and that, and like you had to follow exactly that order. So it's like some days when I go to the gym, if it's supposed to be my leg day, sometimes I'm like not feeling it, so I'll switch it to like back or shoulders, something like that, and then the next day I'll do legs. Like I don't like having to follow a strict plan, if that makes sense. So I had no freedom to make videos. I lost all interest in making videos, because it's like I'm not going to record my prep workouts that are beyond boring, and it's the same thing every single week. And I'm not that kind of person. Like I like to change it up and do what I want and like stuff like that. So the thing with all this prep was it like really affected me and the people around me. So I had friends at the gym, even my boyfriend literally wouldn't even come up to me while I was working out, because I looked so miserable doing those prep workouts. And like, yeah, like it was like hip thrusts and kickbacks and abductors, adductors, like things I do, but like that I want to be able to choose when I want to do them kind of thing. Because like I always change my leg workouts up. It's not always glute focused. I love training quads. I love training hamstrings. I'll switch it up every once in a while. Sometimes I don't want to use main equipment. I'll use like the turf and do stuff like that. But I had no freedom. And I was so upset all the time because I didn't feel like myself. I felt restricted. So what I said when I decided I was done was I want to live a healthy lifestyle, not a restricted lifestyle. So that's what really brought me to like being done with competing. So I was driving home from work, and this was on Wednesday last week. I don't know what the date was, but on my way home I was sitting in traffic because I live like downtown and I work like 45 minutes I guess from where I live, so it's a decent drive, especially during traffic. So I'm sitting there and I had the stupidest realization of my life. So I'm almost home, but there's a Cinnaholic near my house, and so I'm sitting there in traffic and I look at it, and during the prep, like during the 2.5 weeks, I craved cinnamon buns. And like there was one point where I just like craved and I caved just fully, and I was like, I have to eat one, and I'm gonna eat one, and I ordered one and I ate it, and I didn't feel guilty at all, because it was something I just wanted to do, and like I like having that freedom. And so I was sitting there staring at the store and I honest to God said in my head, I was like, if I don't compete, I can eat that. But it wasn't because like I wanted it, it was the fact that like I need the freedom to be able to snack and like have what I want when I want. And I'm not the person that's gonna eat McDonald's and stuff like that every single day. Like I meal prep. Like I do eat healthy, but like I don't want to have the one day a week where I have to choose what I want to do, where I want to go, if I want to be able to like do, like, you know, like just I have to be very strict. And it was to points where it's like, if I went out on a Friday or like for wings, I couldn't go to like on a Saturday and go out because I couldn't drink, eat, do anything. And it was like going to a birthday party, or not a birthday party, it was a going away party, and it was like I just gave up. I was like, I'm done prep, because it's like I wanted to be able to hang out with them and enjoy my night and not be sitting there starving, and the only thing I can eat when I get home, probably at like 2 o'clock in the morning, is egg whites. Like, that's just not what I wanted to do. And so I ended up eating what I wanted to eat, and I was fine. Like, it was like a really good night. And I don't know, I had that moment where I sat there staring at the Cinnaholic, and I was like, if I don't do prep, I can eat it. And as soon as I said that in my head, my craving went away, because I had the freedom to eat it, if that makes sense. So like, I'm definitely like healthy, and I like the healthy lifestyle and staying active, going to the gym, working out, eating healthy, but having the freedom to still go out and have a snack or have a treat every once in a while. Like, my favorite thing before the gym is eating a bagel, and I had to eat egg whites. Like, it just wasn't something that like I wanted to do anymore, because like I got to the point where my mental health was so bad that like I didn't want to do anything. I was miserable. Like, I would come home from work, and if I'm hungry, like, I get hangry, but like, if like before I started prep, if I was hungry when I came home from work and I was getting my snack to go to the gym, I was fine while I was making my snack. But it's because I wasn't eating things that I wanted to eat, and like I didn't have that freedom. It's like, you don't crave egg whites. If you crave egg whites, you're probably really weird, just saying. But I didn't have the freedom to just go and eat a bagel, or even just like, I don't know, have a bowl of cereal. Like, I just wanted to be able to do that. And like, I would come home and I'd just be like, I'd be so mad that my boyfriend wouldn't talk to me. He would just like walk away and like stay in like the bedroom or something until I ate, because it was so bad. So like, I came home from work, that happened with the Cinnaholic thing, and it just kind of like refreshed my mind and like it cleared every issue I had with this prep. And so I just came to that realization that my mental health was more important to me than being bikini ready for a stage. So I talked to my parents and I explained to them, I was like, when I was in high school, I got bullied to the point where I left school. Like, I didn't go back. That was like, I was done with that school. I ended up having to switch high schools, and the only thing that got me through it and made me want to, not even want to complete, but gave me the motivation to keep going, to even just get my diploma from high school, was working out. It was the one place I could go to just like escape the world. Nobody mattered. I didn't even see people I knew at the gym. Like, I was just like in my own world. Cleared my head. It made me like the happiest person, like, because any kind of anger or sadness I had just went away as soon as I worked out. So that's one reason like I got into fitness, was because of that whole situation I went through. So when I texted my parents, I said, you were there when I was in high school and when I went through this. You knew how much it affected me and how much it helped me. And I was like, it's making me miserable. Like, I don't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to even leave the house, because it's like I just had to think about what I was eating and what I was doing and what I was training all the time. And it's just like, it took over my mind to the point where like I didn't want to go to the gym because I knew what I had to do. And it's like, I'd just be thinking about how I had to eat one plain chicken breast when I came home from like the gym, and it's like, that's not appetizing. It's not something I crave. I wanted to be able to eat like ground turkey and sweet potatoes like for dinner, and I could only eat the potatoes for like the lunch thing. It was just literally chicken and greens for dinner. And I don't know, like, it put me in a dark place. So it clicked in my head. So I texted my parents saying, you were there during all this. My mental health is more important than having a bikini body. And my dad responded with, you were completely right. Good for you. Enjoy. Like a treat. And then my mom called me and she said the same thing. Like, you're completely right. It's more important. You were never a person to want to be like that. Like, when I texted my coach to tell him I was done, he said it's not the prep that people like, it's the walking across the stage and winning and getting that trophy. But for me, it was never about winning. It was about going through the experience to be able to share with you guys. But the thing is, I don't want to be miserable for 12 more weeks of my life just to share with you how much I hated it. If it was a good experience, yeah, for sure, I would go through the whole thing. I'd videotape the whole thing. I'd give you a whole video on what it's like to do prep and do a show. But like, first of all, I live on my own. I barely work full time now with school, and I had to do practicum this whole last semester. So it's like I lost so many work hours. I had barely any money. I've been going out of my savings account to pay for rent and groceries, and on top of that, I had to pay for a coach, and I have to pay for a bikini, and like hair, makeup, tans, all that stuff. I can't afford it. I don't want to do it because I'm going to put myself in more debt. I'm not in more debt, just put myself in debt. Just trying to, be miserable and walk across the stage so I can have my body judged? Like, I'm happy with how I look. Even if I have a food baby and I go to the gym wearing a sports bra and leggings and you can see my food baby, I'll literally turn sideways in the mirror, stick my stomach out and rub it, and my boyfriend will be literally standing behind me and just be like, and just walk away. Like, I don't care about having like abs all the time and being shredded. I want the freedom to eat what I want. I want to be able to do what I want at the gym. I'm always confident. Like, you can literally see me at the gym. Even if I'm wearing a hoodie and like sweatpants, I'll walk around the gym like I don't care at all. And I don't. Like, I just have like a lot of like, I don't know, sass with my walk. Like, but I'm just confident in how I look because I've never took it on to myself to like bully my own body. Because I know a lot of girls do that when they're growing up and like going through high school, especially when people are mean about their bodies. I got judged all the time. I always had big arms. I had bigger arms than most guys because I was a gymnast. But I was a gymnast, so I accepted the fact that I knew that was going to happen. And I was okay with it because gymnastics was my getaway before I started going into fitness. And so I just kind of pushed people out, like what their opinions were and just things they would say, so it never affected my mindset. But then when I started this prep, I had to send pictures of my body in like a bathing suit bottom and sports bra to my coach. I had to weigh myself. And then not only do you have to do that and see yourself and see how much you weigh, but then you have to wait for a response saying you are too fat or you're not this and not that. You need to do this much more cardio. You need to eat this much less food. But it's like, why would I go through that when it's making me miserable and I was content with my body before I started all this? Like, it just messed with my mind so much that like I don't owe anybody an explanation. I don't owe anybody this video. But like, I just want to explain to anybody that's thinking of doing a prep, and if you're going through a situation where it's like you don't know if you can keep going and it's hurting your like mental health, then this could explain that it's not just you. It does happen. And I'm completely okay with sharing to you guys that like it messed my head up so much to the point where like I couldn't even smile. Like, if you made me mad, I stayed mad. Like, I'm a happy eater. Like, if I want to eat something and I'm upset, I'll eat. And then it's like, I'm happy because it's like I got the food I wanted, I got a snack, I got some sugar, or whatever. But it's like, I'd get mad and I would stay mad. And like, it was scary. Like, I couldn't talk to anybody. I didn't want to be at work. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to go to school. And I went on vacation right before I started this prep. And I had so many school issues that to the point where I emailed my teacher and I said I was done with my program. I was not going to become a trainer. I have 2 weeks left of school, and I was that close to giving up because my mental health with preparing for this prep and going through so many stressful things alongside it ruined my happiness. Like, I was done. I was sitting by the pool when I was on vacation and I broke down in tears because I was like, I couldn't handle the stress. So I actually went into my room when I was on vacation, opened my laptop, and wrote out a novel to my teacher explaining how I was so upset with how like I was being treated in the program and how all my effort was going, all my time, like everything was going into my practicum, and it wasn't enough for them to even think I was trying because I have a full-time job. I had to, like, I work out. I can't not work out because it affects my mental health that bad. So nobody understood that. So they were just saying, you're not caring about this program. You're not putting in any effort. I wasn't getting any of my practicum reviews and like stuff like that. And like that, then coming home to having to deal with school in person and then adding a prep on top of that, like, it was just not a good mix. And I did 2.5 weeks of this prep, and I don't think I'll ever do a prep again because bikini competitions aren't my thing. Like, I don't care for it. I love posing. It was probably one of my most favorite things to do, and I was always ready to compete. As soon as I start posing, I was like, yeah, like, this is so cool. I want to do this. But it's the prep, and I guess it would be the mental strength, because it's not that I don't have the mental strength and that I don't want to do it. It's like I can't put myself through another situation that's going to ruin my happiness and ruin people around me's happiness, because I don't, like, I like making people happy. I like being a positive person, and I got into such a negative mindset that, like, I couldn't be happy at all. So yeah, with being bullied in high school, honestly, I was bullied my whole life pretty much, but it got really bad in high school to where I stopped going to school, and fitness became my therapy, literally. And I have been happy since I started working out. That was one thing that changed, like, my life and my mental health for the past 6 years. It's been my go-to. I haven't stopped. I took 1 month off the gym, and I've never been so miserable in my life. So I have found my place of happiness and my place to go and be free and not have to think about the world, because it's like you're in a building, and to me nothing exists outside when I'm working out or I'm in there. So going through those 2.5 weeks of not being able to do what I wanted and not having that freedom put a huge strain on everything in my life. And right now my only goal is to finish school. I literally just wrote an exam 5 minutes before finishing or filming this video, and I'm now a corrective exercise specialist, so that's pretty cool. That took me 3 tries to pass that exam, and that was another thing. It's like I couldn't pass the exam the first time or the second time, and I wanted to give up too. You get 3 tries. It's like a couple $100 test, so I waited a little while till I'm like everything was calmed down, and like how I am now, I'm in a better mental state and just being like happy with everything. So I wrote the exam and I passed it, so I'm quite happy about that. And yeah, just prep is not my thing. I don't care to walk across the stage to have my body judged when I'm happy with how I look already. And people could say things about me, being like, oh, you're a little fluffy, or you're not toned enough, or like things like that. And like, yeah, I get fluffy sometimes. Everybody has food babies. Everybody gains weight and loses weight and goes flip-flops all over the place. But it's the lifestyle I live. I live a healthy lifestyle. I don't want to be shredded 24/7. I don't want to be miserable with what I'm eating. I love meal prepping. I love being able to create foods. And like, I don't meal prep bad food. Like this week I literally have ground turkey, sweet potatoes, and green beans is one meal, and then chicken, broccoli, and rice is the other. But like, I put flavors on them. I've seasoned my chicken, and I put like chipotle sauce on like my ground turkey, and it's like things like that that are like, it's healthy, but you still get like the taste you crave and stuff like that. And so yeah, I just wanted to make a video explaining that I'm not doing prep anymore. I'm not going to compete probably ever in my life. The last video I posted is kind of funny that it's a prep video on how I eat, and I probably looked fine because I seemed okay when I was making the video, and I didn't have this breakdown yet, but it's not for me, and I just wanted to explain that. So sorry about that, my disk ran out of memory space, so I had to delete some things. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video just explaining why I'm not doing it, even though I don't owe anybody an explanation. Whether you want to think I failed, whether you want to think I wasn't strong enough, I was not mentally strong enough to do this because it affected me so much and so badly. But I'm okay to explain that to you guys, and I want to keep it real and just be like, this is how, or this is what happened to me, how it affected me, and why I can't do it. And it's not, I was scared to say that I wasn't going to do it. I kept pushing myself to do this prep because I didn't want people to be like, oh, you're a failure, or you're too weak to do this, you shouldn't even be in the fitness industry if you can't even eat healthy, or like eat this clean. But it's like, being in the fitness industry, it does not mean you need to have abs. It does not mean you need to be shredded. It is the amount of knowledge that you have and the ability you have and all the capabilities you have to make people be healthy and fit. But healthy is not a strict word. There's so many options. You need like healthy balances, healthy diets. You can eat healthy but still enjoy what you're doing, and that's what I want to do. That's what I want to promote on here and on my Instagram and just with anybody in my life. But I was not having a healthy lifestyle. I was so restricted on what I was doing and what I was eating that it made me miserable. So I just want to be able to share this with you guys and explain to you how much it affected me and why I'm not doing it, and hopefully clear that up. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope if you made it this far, if you did, please just give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe just so you don't miss any more videos with me, because now that I'm out doing prep, I'm able to cook the foods I want, make meal videos, make workout videos, all that good stuff. I'm so excited to get back into it. I'm a lot more motivated to make videos now that I don't have all that stress on me. And yeah, I'm really excited to go back to my normal life, finish school, get my career started. And yeah, if you have any video suggestions you would like, put them in the comments below. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.